Well, first of all, thank you for agreeing to do it. I know it's a big undertaking to record. It's going to be 16 books in all, 13 currently
Wow.
published, three more that still have to go. So probably 3 more years and they'll all be done.
Wow. Okay.
It will be around on the last one at the same time.
Yes. No, that's very exciting. It was really, I was really excited when you reached out to me initially because I've always been like a musical theater nerd. So I was like, oh, this is so up my alley. And then I read the book and it's also got the mystery romance in there. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, I'm excited that you're able to sing because I didn't think that that was something that we'd be able to include. I figured people would just speak the lines and not sing them. So you being able to do that is a real bonus for me
Oh,
because I just
good.
would take something away from the story to not have the singing. It's such a big part of it.
Yeah. Well, I hope I live up to your expectations.
So you said you're a theater major? And
I was a theater minor. I didn't have the gumption to actually go for the theater major. I was an English major. But I did a lot of community I've done tons of community theater. And like I said, I was a theater minor, so I would do stuff like I did the acting classes and helped out with tech for shows. And did was a part of a cast for a show in my college. So uh it's a lot of fun. I love theater. I wish I would have just gone for it, but everybody was like, "No, that's not like a real job." So,
yeah, I was always too shy to do the singing part myself, but like Rebecca in the beginning, where they say she hid in the orchestra, I played the violin when I was in high school, and I was the orchestra because I went to this tiny little private school where we didn't have an
mhm.
actual orchestra, so it was me and like five other adults that were the band for the musicals, and that's how I wound up dating all the guys that were the in the musicals.
Yeah. That's awesome. I grew up, my dad's a musician. He's a very talented percussionist. And one of the theater companies that we had in my hometown, they used to do live orchestras. So my dad would be a part of the orchestras. And there were times when I was a kid when I was allowed to like go and like watch their like dress rehearsals and stuff. And I remember seeing like Beauty and the Beast for the first time and I was just like mesmerized. I was like, this is magical. Like, what is this? So I got a lot of experience with that and being able to, I'd help my dad out in the pit sometimes because I also like started playing the drums. And I got to help out in the pit. And then eventually I ended up on the stage later down the line.
Are you still doing any acting now?
Other than this, I'm not. I would like to. The place that we just moved from was a very, very small town, so they had nothing to do. Um, I had auditioned for, they were doing Beauty and the Beast. We were about an hour away from my hometown. So I drove there and like auditioned and everything, and I got to like the last few rounds, and then they ended up picking someone else, which happens. But so I haven't been on stage for quite a while. I would love to get back on the stage though. It's been a long time, too long.
And you're in California?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of opportunities for things like that in that area, right?
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of why I decided to actually start pursuing this like as a career, like the voiceover, because I've always been really interested in it and to get the opportunity to potentially get back on stage again, because I would like to do that.
And so you've done a couple other audiobooks. I saw your video about one that you were doing. How many have you done so far?
That was actually my first one. So you're number two.
Number two for me too. No, actually, you're number three. I'm lying.
Yeah.
I have two out now, a couple more in production, but you were the third person that I actually like signed on with. And,
Yeah.
and I was very particular about who I picked. This series is my favorite. That this one is my heart. The other everything
Yeah.
else, is just whatever. But the dark musicals, when they're over, I don't know how I'm going to go on with my life. I've been writing them for like
Yeah.
20 years. I can't imagine not having it anymore.
Yeah. No, I was like, I feel very honored. Thank you for allowing me to to bring it to life because it's been a blast so far. I've loved it. I'm just like, I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Have you looked at any of the other books in the series yet?
I saw the second one because I was just like going on Kindle Unlimited and I happened to see it. I'm like, oh, it's right here. So I've got it downloaded, but I haven't read it yet. I'm currently reading the ACOTAR series right now. Um, so I'm like deep in that, but I'm like, I gotta read this one next.
That one is inspired by Sweeney Todd, book two.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love Sweeney Todd.
Because originally Phantom was supposed to be a standalone murder mystery. It
Mm-hmm.
was one book. It was inspired by my friend Justin, who is actually like a community theater actor and a pagan. That's how we met at a pagan gathering.
Mm-hmm.
So he just gave me the idea for it, and I wrote that one, and it got published. And I didn't plan to continue it, but it actually really took off. It got a lot of traction when it first came out, and people kept asking me to write another one. And if one person asked me to write another book, I will. So like when
Yeah.
100 people asked me to write another one, it was like okay.
Yeah.
And then I watched Sweeney Todd for the first time, the Johnny Depp version, and I was like,
Mhm.
Justin would be perfect for this role.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's how it started. I'm like, well, if I'm going to do two, then I have to do three.
Yeah.
So, so originally it was supposed to just be a trilogy, and that was supposed
Hmm.
to be the end. And then
Yeah.
everybody kept saying, well, we want to see them, as adults, and we want to see them actually on Broadway. So I did like a Christmas special that gave them like a sneak peek of
Mm.
them on Broadway. But they weren't happy with that either. I kept getting more requests. So then they wound up, it continued going on to them growing up and having kids. And then I go on to having their son is in some of the other books as the main character.
Oh, cool.
Like I said in the one chat, Rebecca is in her 40s now.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. I love those stories though where they like actually like you can see like their progression like over time, like how they grow up and how they change and everything. But yeah, definitely like Justin is pretty perfect for for Sweeney Todd. That's up his alley for sure.
And then the third one is Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay. Okay. I see it. Yeah. It's just like because I was expecting like going into it, I was expecting it just to be the romance. So when the mystery came in, I was like, "Ooh, yeah. Let's go."
I think that mysteries had become my niche because even outside of this one, my other series that I'm working on now, which is very different, it's called the Don Mom Murder Mysteries. It's about
Uh-huh.
Matrix and a cop.
Yeah.
They're murder mysteries too, and that just kind of seems to be the thing I'm good at. I do have some fantasies, I have some straight romance books out there, but I think that personally I excel the best with mysteries.
Yeah. Well, I was like I was saying earlier, like when I was prepping the copy, I was reading through and doing my highlighting and stuff, and I got to a certain point in the book and I'm just like, I can't I need to know what happens next. Like I can't stop reading this.
Did you figure out who the killer was before the end?
You know what? I didn't. I didn't. I was like, but I'm like in my head, I'm like the person we're setting up as the bad person, like I don't buy it. But then I'm like, but I kind of do. I don't know. So I really was like dumbfounded. I was like, what the heck? That's who it was.
Yeah, and I try not to give away too many spoilers, but it's hard not, that, the one person I try to make you think it is,
Uh-huh.
back in the second book, it's not, it's
Yeah.
not, because he kind of continues through the series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Because I'm like, man, they've just got such good chemistry. I don't know. I'd be really sad if he was bad.
and the other people who survive this book do make reappearances in the next ones as well.
Oh, cool. Well, that's fun. I like that. Yeah, I saw the preview for the second book at the end of the first one, and I was like, okay, so we've got some of the characters that we had, so that was fun.
Yeah, they're not primary characters in that one. They're just in the first, well, the epilogue and the prologue. I bring them
Hmm.
back, but then in book three they become main characters again.
Oh, cool. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, in the third book, I have them working in a dinner theater in Cape May, which is in my hometown area. It's
Hmm.
a beach town at the Jersey Shore.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have a little dinner theater here, and so I kind of based it on that, and that's where they do Jekyll and Hyde, and I make that their internship for college.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. That's so cool.
I try to mix up the places that I send them, so it's not always, just in school or later just on Broadway. I bring
Hmm.
well, you're gonna hate me for it later, I'm sure. Both we go to Australia.
Oh no.
Another
Okay.
book we go to England. And the one
Okay.
I just wrapped up, I have four Italian people that from Italy. So
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have some challenges in the
I was
future.
about to say my accent, so no, I'm so bad at Australian specifically. I'm gonna really have to practice that. British, I'm more comfortable with. I've played around with the British, but Australian, I'm gonna have to practice, and the Italian for sure. But that's down. I'm not gonna worry about that right now.
Yeah, that's in the future.
Yes. Yeah. It's cool though. I love the idea of centering it around the music and the musicals. Like that really drew me in initially. 'Cause like I've never been in Sweeney Todd, but I was in Les Mis.
Ooh.
And that was pretty like that was an amazing experience. Really loved that. I also was able to be in Oklahoma, so that was really fun. And I did West Side Story in high school. The Boyfriend. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. That's like the one where Julie Andrews kind of like when she was really young, that was like her breakout musical. How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. That one's really fun. I was in that one too. So there's just some really good stuff out there. So, and you picked some good ones. You picked some very good ones.
Yeah, Les Mis is going to be the very last book. And
Oh, good. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, how cool would that be if they were in Les Mis? I love that.
have you ever seen Phantom of the Opera live?
You know what? I just saw because I'm in California now, they are gonna be doing Phantom in one of the theaters over here. And I really want to go see it because I've never seen it live. I watched the movie, were obsessed with it just like everybody else was in high school around the time when it came out. Like we were all like all over it. Which honestly, like reading the book too, I was like and seeing when it came out because I graduated in 2013. So I saw when the book was published and I was like, man, if I was a teenager and I was reading this book, I would have been like obsessed with it. Cause like we were all like deep in the Phantom, like really deep. But I've also seen the Phantom. Is it the 10th anniversary that they put on Netflix where they like recorded and a bunch of the cast members came and like they sang at the end
Yeah, yeah, I saw that too.
with previous
I've never
Phantoms?
seen it live either. I have multiple versions of it on DVD that I've watched at home, but I never
Mhm.
managed to see it live. And I don't live that far from New York, and there's really no excuse. You know, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I did see Sweeney Todd though last year with Josh Groban, and that was amazing.
Ooh.
My son took
Yeah.
me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
Oh, I'm
really.
jealous. I love Josh Groban.
Oh my gosh, he's
Yes.
he's
So
adorable.
good. Yes, he is. He can do no wrong. I don't understand. He
So
could just do everything.
yeah, it was
So
great
good.
seeing him.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see like if I could try to convince my husband because like musical theater's not his jam.
Yeah,
So
most men don't want to go see
no.
theater. You need a gay friend.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like maybe I could get one of my girlfriends I met up here, maybe we could go and go see it. But yeah, there's so many shows and things like that up here. It's just like kind of overwhelming. Like it's wonderful, but like I said, coming from a small town and not having any like real exposure to that stuff it was hard because like we had like two local theaters and the one theater would do a thing called Camp Broadway every summer and that's the thing that the high schoolers could be a part of and that's how I did like West Side Story and How to Succeed and everything. And sadly, because they just didn't have the funding for it, my senior year, which I was like, this is gonna be my year. I'm gonna get the lead, you know, because I'm a senior. They didn't have the money and they couldn't do it. So it was really disheartening. But then I started doing more things like as an adult. That's how I did like Les Mis. I also did a version of, I forgot about this. I did a version of Evil Dead the musical.
Ooh, I
Did
love
you
you.
know they?
I didn't
Yes,
know that there was a musical. I'll have to see if I
it
can
is a musical.
find Bruce
And
Campbell.
it's very campy. It's super campy. And I was Cheryl in it, and that was just a blast. So the one that the sister that gets turned into a demon, and that was fun because I was just the big antagonist the whole play, and they put me under the stage. They had a trap door, and I'd be because they put me in the basement, right? And I'd pop out and I just like yell at people and and be mean and like and that's totally like not me. Like I don't really curse or anything and she had a foul mouth and just like calling people all the things.
I remember watching that movie when it first came out when I was in high school. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. The if you haven't seen it, the musical is fun and it's a very campy good time.
Yeah,
So
everything Bruce Campbell was in was campy.
yes, yes. And they just like they took that and just like amped it up for the musical. It was a lot of fun.
So did you have any questions about the book so far, about any of the characters or anything like that?
I just don't want her mooning you the whole time. Let me think. The like I said, the phone call
Yeah, we
person.
talked about it. I think you did really good with that though in the video or the live that you were just doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Because that was something I've been thinking about. I'm like, ooh, how am I gonna like get that across and make it sound good? But if you're happy with that, then that should be
That
good.
has to be clear and people have to understand what you're saying. So
Right.
important too.
Right. It's the fun though. Like that's the thing I love about doing this kind of stuff is allows me to just use my creative side.
Yeah, it's weird for me listening to my books with other people reading them. It's like I'm hearing them for the first time. It sounds so different hearing
Mm-hmm.
other people say it than just reading it in the book or listening. Usually I use text to speech to proofread, and so I'm
Uh,
listening to the computer do it. And that's the
mm-hmm.
only voice I've ever heard say it before. I don't even like reading it myself. I feel like, well, you hear how I talk. I like stutter and I don't have a good voice for reading. I'm a writer,
Oh, you're
introverted.
fine. You're
Introverted.
fine.
Whenever I do book signings or like, do you want to read an excerpt? I'm like, absolutely not.
No, thank you.
And I'm usually okay one-on-one with people, but I'm not good like in a crowd in front of people. No,
Yeah.
I get nervous with things like that. I'm shy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a rare.
And that's understandable. That is totally fine. I mean, like as far as what you've heard so far, I guess what do you think?
I thought it was great, especially the chapter that you had to send me for the 15-minute checkpoint where you did the song. It just blew me away. I was amazed at how great it was. It just so far exceeded what I was expecting.
Oh,
I
good.
never imagined it could be this good. And I think one of the reasons I put off doing it for so long, well, partially because I had no idea what I was doing. That's
Mm-hmm.
also the reason. That I didn't know it was this easy to find narrators and stuff because the first
Mm-hmm.
audiobook I did, there's this social media girl, she's called Refashioned Hippie, and
Mm-hmm.
she's doing my Dom Mom series, and she would talk about it in her videos, and I thought, all right, I'm just going to message her and see what she charges, and I thought she's going to charge $8,000, and I'm never going to be able to afford it, and then
Right.
she told me about ACX.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I found it. So then I started going through and looking for other people to do other books, and I came across you, and I don't remember how I found you exactly, but I know I saw the musical theater thing in your bio, and
Mm-hmm.
so I listened to your voice, and I'm like, she sounds exactly how I imagine Rebecca would sound.
Oh.
That's why, and even I said like your picture, you kind of look how I imagined she would look. And that's
Oh.
kind of what like sent me to like, all right, I'm going to email or message this girl and see if she'll do it. And I
Mm-hmm.
always worry that people are going to say no, they don't want to do the 50-50 thing. A lot of people want to get paid like, a lot of money up front, and I don't make enough money to pay thousands of dollars up front. It's just not realistic.
Yeah.
But this book, this series are my best sellers of all of my
Mm-hmm.
books. They've sold the most. Fandom has sold the most copies of all my books. It has the
Yeah.
most reviews on Goodreads and everything. So this one has the potential, I think, to do the best once it
Mm-hmm.
is on audiobook.
That's super exciting. Do you have any like I guess since it's kind of like a rebirth, do you think you might ever do like alternate covers or anything?
Well, this cover that is on there now is the second cover. I'll have to send you.
Ah.
Have to send you a. The first one was really bad. It was so bad.
Oh.
The first and when I first got published and I was new to this, and the publisher picked the cover and made it herself, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have any say.
Yeah.
It was like Sims people, and
Oh
I don't.
gosh.
It
Oh
was
no.
it was really bad. It was really
Oh
bad. And
no.
then eventually, I got her to switch to this cover that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think I should put people on the covers. Everybody says you should have people on your covers now, but I like those ones with the fan
Yeah.
picture and things. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'll change them, but I do have like somebody that does all my book covers now, and she does a really
Mhm.
good job with them. I think her name's Anne. She's
Yeah.
also my editor, and she
Oh,
gets all my books. She does all my book covers, and she formats the book. She is like, she might as well just, be my co-author. She does everything.
that's
Hi, and I know
awesome.
you're going to be watching, so giving you a shout out.
That's awesome.
And,
Yeah.
and she is a character in the series too, but not until I don't know, like 10, book 10 or 11. I don't know. I lost track. She's in one.
Oh,
She's in one of the ones where the drag queen is the main character. Is when I introduce her character.
oh, interesting. Well, that's fun. I love that you like, because it seems like you like to put like a lot of people from real life, like inspirations in your books.
Yeah, almost all the characters are inspired by someone that I know. At least, sometimes the people I kill will tend to be people I don't like. So,
As you do, you
yeah.
have the power.
In this book, though, I swear almost everybody. I say Justin is inspired by my friend who's an actor. He inspired the whole story. Tempest, who slash Darlene, his mom.
Hmm.
She's a good friend of mine who is a real witch. She actually writes books on witchcrafts, makes her own tarot card decks, and she's a real belly dancer. If you look up Tempest belly dancer
Oh,
on YouTube, you could watch her videos. She is amazing. The way she can dance is like nothing I've ever seen. She is one of the most amazing artists I've ever met. And she not just she does so much. She does the belly dancing, she writes the book, she does painting, and she is the only woman I have ever met that made me question my sexuality. She's just that amazing. She's
yeah.
awesome. So check her out for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I've always been like fascinated with people who can do that, the belly dancing stuff, because it's
Yeah.
so technical and like you have to use all your abs and stuff. Like, how do you look so good while you're doing all that?
She did a class down here years ago. She moved now. She doesn't live in this area anymore, but she lived here for a few years. And she does like book signings all over the world and workshops and things. She's like super famous now, but 20 years ago when I first met her, she wasn't as famous as she is now. And
Hmm.
I took her belly dancing class, and I am the most uncoordinated person in the universe. I could not get my feet to go the right way. She's like physically trying to turn my foot in the right direction, and she's like, "Just put your foot this way." I'm like, "I can't."
Yeah.
I'm not good at I'm not graceful or coordinated.
Yes. I totally understand. When I was in Oklahoma, I was the understudy for the lead, but I was also in the cast in the ensemble. And so I'm like learning all the lines and like trying to get her blocking down. And then in the middle of it, they're like, "Hey, Michaela." So there's a sequence in Oklahoma where like Lori's like asleep and all of these saloon girls come out in skimpy outfits and they're like doing like high kicks and like all this stuff. And they go, "Oh, we want you to be one of the kick line girls." And I said, "Are you kidding me?" Like there's no way because the guys will like lifted us and everything and I'm just like I've never done anything like this in my life. And one practice we were practicing and this poor guy he was like I thought he said are you ready? And I didn't know I didn't hear him so I jumped on his back because I was supposed to like jump on his back and like pose and he was not and he just went down like and I'm like oh my God I'm so sorry. So I understand. I am also not very coordinated. I did do it. I don't know if it was good, but I
See,
did it.
more like Rebecca again.
Yes.
And that's going to be one of Rebecca's biggest challenges through the whole series. She's always like, I don't want to dance.
Yes. It's hard because like in musical theater, that is such a core, like they want the big three. They want you to act, they want you to dance, and they want you to sing. But normally you can get away if you can act and sing pretty well, they'll kind of forego the dancing a bit, but they still want you to dance.
Yeah.
And it's rough because it was one of those things where they were like, "Well, you're the only person who like you guys match each other, like the three girls, like you guys are about the same height, so it's gonna work." And I'm like, "This is not, no."
Oklahoma was one of my favorites when I was a kid. And my
Mm.
high school did it the year after I graduated. I was so mad. I wanted to be Ado Annie more than anything in the world.
Ah, yes.
But my boyfriend that at high school that I said inspired Tom, he was a little younger than me, so he was the lead. He played Curly
He was
in the
curly.
yeah.
See, I love Oklahoma, and I think I don't know if you've seen Hugh Jackman did a version of it in the 90s. He was curly,
Oh wow,
and
that too.
oh, it's so good. He's so good. But like I loved it. And my family, being wonderful and sweet, came to see the show. And afterwards, my brother was like, that was the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh,
It's beautiful.
I still have the songs on my playlist. I have so much Broadway songs on my playlist. It's ridiculous.
Hmm. Well, and I've been thinking like, because the last 5 years is like coming back again. So I'm wanting to do more singing stuff on my TikTok. So I'm like, oh, I could pull out some last 5 years because I sing those by myself all the time anyway.
There's some musical theater parodies. I have a character that does that in one of the later books too.
Oh, really? So you just like kind of cover the whole spectrum there.
That one is one of the ones where Rebecca's son is the main character, and
Hmm.
his co-star, who he is like that he really hates. She's a social media girl, but she's a real bitch.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
Thank you for joining us for episode 1 of Audio Talk, Making the Audiobook. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, please make sure to subscribe down below and hit the like button. Also, please go and follow Laura on all her other social media accounts. All of the Dark Musicals books are available currently on Amazon, both ebook and paperback. You can also get book 1, Phantom of the Dark Musical series, as an audiobook on Audible. So please go support them down below. If you did purchase the audiobook, please post a comment down below letting us know what you thought and if you solved the mystery before the end. We'd love to hear what you think. Bye!